Okay, this is something that I totally disagree with. I don't care if Hollywood is striking right now. I'm not union, I'm not part of the union, I'm never gonna be. I don't care if they label me a scab. The fact that they refer to non-union actors as scabs says a lot about their character. I'm gonna work. There are a lot of—
Bro, how about you fix this scabs on your lips, homie? My man has never heard of chapstick. What is happening? Bro, you do the thing. You do your thing, homie. You do your thing. You keep going after it. You keep making those moves. Please go and purchase chapstick at the closest CVS to your house.
a lot of people who would be so happy to take the places of all these actors. I could have articulated that a little bit better, but any day I'm going for independent film over anything that Hollywood is making. I'm so much more inclined to watch a Verite style film. There's Artifice and Verite. Artifice is your Avengers.
Wait. Okay. My man said independent film and not Hollywood, while also defending the studios. Brother, first of all, those indie projects often still also utilize union work. That's number one. Number two, the reason why you hate big budget Hollywood studios is because they make fucking slop. But then when you say, oh, I'm gonna fucking scab and I'm gonna keep covering movies, fuck you, then you're defending the studios that make the slop. It's pretty funny though that it's like, someone comes to me with an offer, I'm taking it, dude. I'm gonna be in the Guardians of the Galaxy, okay? I'm the next Guardian of the Galaxy. Chris Pratt, step aside. They're coming for me. I'm gonna be the next one.
It's Jurassic Park. Verite is like Schindler's List, Lady Bird, Nightcrawler, all grounded movies, not big on special effects. It's not a high—
Wait, that's weird. I'm almost certain all the videos that all the movies that he mentioned are still done with union work. So, union crew, union cast, all the actors are SAG AFTRA union members, written by fucking the Writers Guild, union writers, union projects.
budget. For me, I want movies and shows that have intimacy with the audience, like The Bear on Hulu, or Mr. In Between, also on Hulu. Freaking—
Wait, what? Wait. The Bear is even funnier because the guy, one of the writers for The Bear, is like a very outspoken spokesperson for the WGA. Like his story of writing The Bear and winning a bunch of fucking awards and then still riding in a busted ass Prius was plastered all over the internet and all over mainstream media, really. What the fuck?
and shows that have intimacy with the audience, like The Bear on Hulu, or Mr. In Between, also on Hulu. Freaking Succession, dude. I have the word verite tattooed on my arm. I want to make movies that portray life for what it is, no matter how comedic or tragic, and that usually doesn't take a big budget. So pardon me, but I'm gonna get to work.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna get this guy. Dude, Zaslav's calling him up today. He's like, Colin, you're hired. Don't know for what, but you got a lot of grit, kid, and we need that in the industry. This is what he's scabbing for?
I don't want to be in Hollywood. I want to use the same tools that Hollywood uses, but my agenda that I'll be pushing is far different from Hollywood's. In fact, it directly opposes theirs. Not enough people are doing that. I think people should be saying, dude, watch out for Hollywood, be careful in Hollywood. But instead, they're arguing the opposite side of that and going, watch out for any company that's not Hollywood, that's not striking right now, or else you'll be labeled a scab and you won't be able to work in Hollywood. Dude, big whoop. Bring it on, Hollywood. Because you're not only going up against me, I'm being backed by my God, by my Lord and Savior. Good luck going up against the both of us together. The executive that I spoke—
What? Wait, whoa, what? Yo, this took a turn. I loved, okay, I take it back. This guy's awesome. This gotta be bait, right? There's no fucking shot a human being is like this. You guys are fucking with me. This guy's doing like a funny satirical bit about like being a scab and how fucking stupid it looks, especially if you do it for the power of God and anime. I promise he's serious? Nah, I don't want to believe it, dude. Come on.
spoke to described their company as being Christian without being preachy and being conservative without being Republican. That to me is the perfect approach. That's why this doesn't sound too good to be true, because it actually sounds like the perfect fit. Check this out. I've made 3 faith-based horror movies. They're horror, it's a horror trilogy, but the trilogy as a whole has a—
Bro, this is awesome. He's doing the meme. Remember when I was joking about how like I have so many scripts that I'm taking to the fucking Writers Guild picket line and I'm gonna cross the picket line and give it to the Netflix executives? He literally is doing that, but in TikTok form, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm in the market for faith-based horror. Like, for example, trans people existing, okay? Part 1, a trans person walks down the street and walks into my favorite Applebee's and sits at my spot in the bar. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I love this guy, dude. Oh, this is so sick.
Just like with how the devil will go that much further to tempt and destroy a Christian person, but he'll leave the atheists alone and give them everything that they want in terms of earthly, worldly pleasures. God juxtaposes that in the total opposite of that, where he wants Christians to go out and speak to people who are not Christian, because they don't know the gospel. They cannot.
This is why satanic perverts make all the best movies in Hollywood, okay? Sorry. This is what happens. This is your brain on fucking God shit, okay? God damn, dude. These are the same people that always say, Hollywood's full of satanic weirdos. They're all degenerate, hedonistic perverts. Okay, well, they make a lot better movies than whatever fuck this guy's promoting. Tom, please read. SAG AFTRA clarified their guidelines for influencers. Am I allowed to promote struck work on social media as a fan and not in a paid capacity? Influencers should not accept any new work or promotion of struck companies or their content. Can I attend conventions as a fan as long as I'm not paid to promote? You cannot participate in the conventions such as Comic-Con on behalf of or to promote companies we're striking against. This includes appearances, panels, fan meet and greets, etc. involving struck work. You may participate in a convention in ways that are wholly independent of characters from struck work or sponsorships. Yeah, you can go if you want to, but you can't promote a character or a movie. Yeah, influencers should refrain from posting on social media about any struck work, regardless of whether they're posting organically or in a paid capacity. Any non-member seeking future membership of SAG AFTRA who performs covered work or services for a struck company during the strike will not be admitted into membership in the SAG AFTRA. See our strike notice and order. Yes, if you are an influencer, if you're a TikToker, if you have dreams of joining SAG AFTRA, becoming an actor, and you go and scab, you violate these rules, you promote movies, you're go out and watch this movie, blah, blah, blah. Nothing I've said as far as the Barbie movie goes against those rules, even though I'm not interested in, joining SAG AFTRA anytime soon, but it doesn't really matter. But regardless, for example, nothing that I mentioned thus far with respect to the Barbie movie and Fox News covering it technically violates those rules. But if you're a TikToker or whatever and you promote it, you might actually, and someone catches you doing that in the future when you're trying to join SAG AFTRA, you might not be able to join. Do we not be going to the movies right now? Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, you can go to the movies, man. SAG released the guidelines.
Y'all couldn't even make it a week. You couldn't even make it a week without fucking scabbing. You know how fucking crazy that is? The actors haven't even been on strike for a week. The writers have been on strike for 70 days. But now the actors on strike, and suddenly all these film fucking influencers, these movie content creators, suddenly falling over each other to go on here with their straw man arguments and their goofy little sketches, explaining to the world why scabbing is okay. Oh, it's completely fine. You see, it's different.
I love that the first comment is, what is scabbing? Oh my God, people keep saying, are we not allowed to watch movies anymore? Dude, you can watch movies, man. What is happening? The unions are not asking for a consumer boycott. Oh my Lord. The unions are not asking for a consumer boycott. How many times do I have to... Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay.
I'm not
I am
be
square.
Part of
I am
the
a square.
union.
I'm rectangular.
I'm not actually I'm not trying to be an actor. You're a scab. Shut the fuck up. All right, you're a scab, and that's why people are going to start picking you. They're going to reach up on those scabs and start picking them out of their fucking feed. So watch out with your straw man fucking arguments and your goofy fucking sketches, you idiots. Because in 2 weeks, UPS, 340,000 UPS employees are going to go on strike. Y'all gonna get on here and start being I'm sorry, I'm a box truck delivery driver influencer, and just because UPS is on strike doesn't mean people like me cannot take deals to deliver things inside of our wonderful cars.
He's talking about this guy, Straw Hat Goofy. Oh no. No. Wait, he put SAG AFTRA Strong on his fucking... I don't get it. He has SAG AFTRA Strong on his fucking account. What is...
Your favorite movie guy, Straw Hat Goofy, has recently found himself in some hot waters for comments he made about the writers and actors strike currently happening. Yesterday, he uploaded a now-deleted skit discussing how the strike doesn't involve him, as he's neither a writer or actor, but a content creator. Straw Hat Goofy has already posted a response to yesterday's video, stating that he is very much in support of the strike, but is already contractually obligated to promote certain films, and cannot break those contracts. Actor Charlie Capon had this to say about his response.
Oh, buddy, you fundamentally misunderstand the point. I've been through 2 strikes now. I'm an actor, SAG, for 19 years. The whole point is to not honor the contracts that are given because you're trying to help support other.
Technically, these guys are. I'm going to be unpopular, but technically he's not wrong. Now, I don't think he has a contract. I think he's just taking on new deals, most likely. But a lot of people on TikTok don't fully understand this. Even if you're like a union member, you don't fully understand this. But like other union members of other unions that have pre-existing contracts with their bosses, still, he didn't say he was contracted until he got shit. Okay, I was gonna say he might be lying about being under contract. He can still choose to take the extra initiative, the extra step, and not fulfill his contracted obligations. But SAG AFTRA will not ask for you to violate your contract. So I hate to say it, but bro, what the fuck you doing, Haas? Well, I don't know what you mean. Am I allowed to promote struck work on social media as a fan and not in any paid capacity? Influencers should refrain from posting on social media about any struck work regardless of whether they're posting organically or in a paid capacity. What if I'm under contract to promote a struck company's content? If an influencer is already under contract to promote struck work, then the influencer should fulfill their work obligation. He shouldn't do it. He should have contacted the SAG and got a written approval. It's best not to do your own interpretation. I agree. And also, you shouldn't do it regardless. But I just want people to understand that I don't have a problem with Straw Hat acknowledging his skit was tone deaf, but he isn't being truthful about what was said in the video. He said, 1, he would still do brand deals, never specifically previously contracted. 2, he wouldn't promote movies that uses AI actors only. What is this? Let's see.
Hey, what up, Straw Hat? Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, you been looking at stuff about the strike, right? Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. And I'm not gonna pretend like I know all of it, but I do understand that the bottom line is that writers and actors do deserve better working conditions and livable wages, and they deserve not to have their likeness taken.
Dude, why is everybody such a fucking lib ass on TikTok? Like, even when they're being like fucking anti-union, they're like do it in such a lib ass way. It blows my fucking mind. They're like, you know, I do care about the working actors and their conditions, but also it would be quite problematic for me not to take on work from BIPOC-owned businesses and do land acknowledgments before I do this actual work for the major multi-billion-dollar studio. It's so funny. Why is everyone like this? It's so weird.
Taken by AI without getting any of the pay. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. That's facts. So how does that affect your job? Excuse me? Like your job? Like what? You still gonna be making content or going to movie premieres or like brand deals? Oh yeah, I'm still gonna be doing that stuff. What? Still gonna be doing that stuff? Are you not in support of the ones on strike? Like I don't. No, yeah, I am. It's just how does my job impede what they're trying to do? Well, you're the movie guy, and this affects the movie industry in a big way. No, yeah, I know. Like projects are on hold. You won't be able to interview actors and writers. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I mean, we probably won't even get Stranger Things season 5 until those kids are adults. Yeah, I know. That kind of sucks. And your brand deals, you can kiss that goodbye. Oh no, I can still do brand deals. Brand deals are just me promoting a movie, which is essentially what I do whenever I post a review or breakdown or something like that. So it kind of fits my content. Yeah, but the strike says you can't do that. No, it says actors and writers can't do that. I'm neither. But yeah, I can still talk about movies. I mean, that's never going to stop. But a lot of production.
For the record, he absolutely could do that. He would just be scabbing if he's taking on new work from the studios. If he has like pre-existing contracts, he could still say, sorry, not going to do it. I don't want to be a scab. But the union doesn't specifically demand that he stop. And for the record, if you are ever interested in joining the union, or rather, if you want to not scab, then as a fan, they say don't promote movies either. So on that front, he's absolutely incorrect. Like covering the movies and promoting new material is technically in violation of the SAG AFTRA requests from non-union influencers. Okay?
Are shutting down and a lot of projects have been put on hold almost indefinitely. They're even saying that there might not be any new content till 2025. I know. So how are you going to talk about movies when there's no new movies? Every movie's a new movie if you haven't seen it. What? The movies that came before the strike haven't ceased to exist. You can always go back and watch those or watch ones you haven't seen before, hence new movie. Yeah, but those aren't like new movies. To me, they are. And I think as a movie guy, it's beneficial for me to catch up on those movies while the strike is going on. That way I don't fill my plate watching new and old media. And I can support the writers and actors by not watching any new content that uses AI to push them out of their jobs. But don't you feel bad though? About what? That you're currently sitting in a hotel room in London, paid for by a studio that's not treating the writers and actors fairly. You know what? I thought about that, and I do have the freedom to speak out against what is happening.
Wait, what? wanted to end there. When your job is industry adjacent, but you're not in the actual union, it's a rock and a hard place. I get that he needs to make a living, but you can't fault him for that, right? Yeah, no, I do understand. That's why there are, rules and demands around that sort of thing as well. There's another video in that tweet. Let's look at the second
out
one.
Against what is happening while also making a livable wage for myself. So I think it's a fair trade. Don't you think you're supporting the studios and not the actors and writers by helping them promote movies? No, not really. I'm in support of the movies, and the writers and the actors are too. And even though they can be greedy and slimy, I think movie executives do too. With the actors and writers teaming up, that means movie executives can't get paid. Might as well get paid for what I was already doing for free while waiting for them to cave. Huh.
It's also important to note that this was totally unprompted. He didn't have to say anything. Yeah, I don't know why he came out with this TikTok. But yeah, I didn't fully understand what they were saying. But if they are, like I said, still better to reach out to the union. But if they were under previous contracts, for the record, for those of you who don't know, unions will tell you to fulfill your contractual obligations. But it's up to you if you want to show solidarity. Great example of this is Teamsters. Teamsters are one of the most powerful unions in North America. For that reason, and for their long history of labor militancy, Teamsters can get away with saying that at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. All jokes aside, Teamsters is one of the most powerful unions in North America. So they can get away with saying that even if they do have contracts with a production, with a studio, or with a business in general, they can violate that contract and not cross a picket line. They can say, we are not going to fulfill our obligations because without us, the production will shut down. We know that. That's what makes us one of the biggest unions in North America, one of the most powerful unions in North America. And that if there are at least 2 members of a guild or of a union striking, we will not cross that picket line and the production will come to a halt. Okay? That's a demonstration of solidarity. And it's smart because Teamsters recognize that, listen, what's happening to the actors, what's happening to the writers, what's happening to the production staff could happen to us and has happened to us. That's the way they operate for that reason. UPS coming back to the table, they're scared. They should be. UPS bows to Teamsters pressure negotiations to resume next week. As thousands of UPS Teamsters practice picket raw and mobilize around the country, rally. UPS has bowed today to the overwhelming show of Teamsters unity and reached out to the union to resume negotiations. It's great. How does that work for Teamsters under the FAA and commercial airlines? Great question. As I talked about briefly earlier, UPS is not just on the ground, right? The Teamsters are the ground team, but the UPS also has freight. They have openly stated that if the Teamsters go on strike, that the air travel part of UPS, that's also under a separate union, will demonstrate solidarity and stop working as well. This is how much studios are offering influencers to scab, by the way.
I just got offered $4,000 a week to cross the picket line. SAG AFTRA just released its official guidelines about influencers and what you can and cannot do to not cross the picket line. I'm a member of IATSE. I'm already a part of the union. I can't cross the picket line. I wouldn't do it no matter what. But I was quite shocked to read my email today where they offered me $4,000 a week to essentially advertise for the studios. I'm not going to say the name of the company. I don't want to give them advertising, and I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I turned them down. I'll continue to turn them down if anybody else approaches me about it. But that's the level they're willing to go to. They're going to offer what seems like quite a bit of money. That will be the end.
This is how scab nurses work too. Scab nurses do this exact same thing. The hospital, in anticipation of a strike, will start hiring nurses that travel specifically to the location. And the irony is they'll end up paying significantly more to that fucking nurse that's coming in than they would with the modest increase in salary or modest benefits that those nurses at the hospital are fucking demanding. Universal under investigation after it trimmed the trees that shaded the SAG AFTRA protesters. Oh, this was so awesome. They're too soft to protest without a shade, says American Happy Guy. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You literally cried probably for 8 hours when the fucking AC wasn't a perfect 69 degrees in the AMC theater that you went to watch Sound of Freedom for the 8th time. Shut the fuck up! God, I hate these fucking dickheads on Twitter. Oh my God, every Twitter Blue user is so fucking stupid. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it. Tree law. A lot of people don't recognize the importance of tree law. Sometimes people think, oh, Hasan, why are you talking about tree law? Tree law is important. A couple days ago, the Universal protest has started. The pickets outside of the Universal lot has started. And weirdly enough, somebody decided to cut the trees. Now, trees are technically not the property of Universal Studios. They do have to maintain upkeep on said trees, but they don't own the fucking trees. So, of course, there's a lot of rules and restrictions about what you can and can't do about the trees that are on the public sidewalk outside of your fucking studio. So, People tweeted about it. They said our office, and people tweeted about it on Twitter. Someone made a big fucking tweet about tree law, showing that those trees are not normally supposed to be cut at this time. They're cut like once every 3 years or something. Why did they cut the trees? Well, because those trees provided shade for the picketers. Very hot outside in California, Los Angeles, 81 degrees and sunny right now. So LA City Controller Kenneth Mejia, friend of the show, by the way, decided to take matters into his own hand. Started investigating. He said, our office is investigating the tree trimming that occurred outside of Universal Studios where workers, writers, and actors are exercising their right to picket. The trees were trimmed, but they are LA City managed street trees. Trees are essentially providing Angelinos with significant environmental and public health benefits, especially during a heat wave. Public Works Bureau of Street Services, Streets LA, is responsible for maintaining the city's 700,000 plus trees in the public right of way. Trees can be trimmed by a Streets LA Urban Forestry Division crew as a part of a trim cycle or as a part of the council district's trimming allotment. A business can also obtain a permit to trim a tree. Streets LA issues permits to businesses and conducts follow-up inspections. Code enforcement for trees, street trees, including the pruning or removal of trees without a permit, is the responsibility of the Streets LA Investigation and Enforcement Division. Violations can result in code enforcement citations. I believe it's going to be around $250,000 in fines, which is marginal. It's tiny. But then again, it's also fucking idiotic. It's such a comical cartoon villain style thing to do. Turns out there's an update from LA City Comptroller Kenneth Mejia, friend of the show. With cooperation for the Bureau of Street Services, we have found that no tree trimming permits have been issued over the last 3 years for this location outside of Universal Studios. Also, the city did not issue any tree trimming permits for the latest tree trimmings. So now they are under investigation. They're under investigation for cutting these fucking trees without a permit. Why did they do it? Not for any real reason, it seems. They did it because they wanted to stop people from picketing. They wanted to take away one minor comfort in their picketing circumstances because they're petty bitches like that. It's awesome. Universal's response to the tree cutting. Universal response to complaints about pruned trees on Barham Boulevard. Not our intent to create unintended challenges for demonstrators. Oh, come on, dude. They're fucking flexing. They're literally flexing.